Unlock the secrets of darts like never before, master checkouts with ease, and elevate your game instantly. Welcome to this explainer. If you've ever watched the pros effortlessly close out a high-stakes leg of darts and just wondered how on earth they calculate those numbers so fast under all that pressure, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're decoding the ultimate endgame of darts. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Here's our quick roadmap for mastering the dartboard today. We're going to hit the basics of scoring, cracking the checkout math, some incredible pro strategies, avoiding common pitfalls, and finally, those essential practice routines.
All right, let's jump right into section 1, the basics of dart scoring, building the foundation.
So the absolute most crucial thing to wrap your head around right out of the gate is that a checkout isn't just about throwing heavy points. It is your absolute final pass to victory. When you step up to that throwing line, the osh, as it's called, with a chance to bring your score down to exactly 0, you're attempting a checkout. But here's the kicker. You can't just hit any random number to cross that finish line. In a standard, classic game of 501, you and your opponent are systematically counting down from 501 points. The ultimate goal is 0, but your final dart literally has to land in the outer double ring or smack in the inner bullseye. And you really got to watch out for the bust rule. If you throw a score that accidentally drops you below 0 or leaves you stuck on exactly 1 point, that's a bust. Your entire turn is totally voided, you reset back to your previous score, and you just have to wait for your next try. It's a game of absolute, unforgiving precision. Let's move on to section 2, cracking the checkout math, navigating the board. 170. This number right here is famously known as the big fish. It is the absolute highest possible checkout you can hit in the game of darts. To nail exactly 170, you've got to throw 2 perfect treble 20s followed by a bullseye. Fallon Sherrock actually pulled off this exact checkout under massive, suffocating pressure at the Grand Slam of darts. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate showstopper. Now, take a look at how we map out the exact combinations you need for some of these high and mid-range finishes. See 132 on there? You can actually finish that off with 2 bullseyes and a double 16. Or look at 64 down at the bottom. That's a very popular 2-dart finish using a treble 16 to set up a double 8. The takeaway here is that these aren't just random, on-the-fly guesses. These are mathematically optimized routes designed to give you the absolute highest statistical chance of winning. Now, you might be thinking, man, I'm going to need to bring a calculator up to the Ashe, but pros don't do that. They actually memorize these exact paths to completely eliminate complex mental math when the heat is on. By drilling these routes into your head, you're training your brain to just instinctively know your next backup target if your very first dart happens to miss the mark. It just becomes pure, unthinking instinct.
Moving right along, let's look at section 3, pro strategies. Preferred doubles, setting up the win.
So you might wonder, why don't pros just aim at any random double to finish a leg? I mean, a double's a double, right? Well, there's actually a highly strategic reason for it. Why are double 16 and double 20 considered the absolute holy grail of dart finishes? It's all about how the numbers break down. See, double 16 breaks down beautifully because it's an even power of 2. Aiming for an even double basically acts as a built-in insurance policy. Think about it. If you miss the double and hit a single 16 by accident, you've got exactly 16 points left, right? Which perfectly sets you up for a double 8. Miss that? You're on double 4. It's safe. But compare that to aiming at double 15. That is an odd double, and it severely punishes a slight miss. If you hit a single 15 there, you have 15 points left, which means you literally have to waste your next dart hitting an odd single just to get back to an even double. It's a totally unnecessary risk. Because of that clean breakdown math we just talked about, there are specific leave scores you should constantly always be engineering your earlier throws to land on. Whenever it's possible, you want to leave exactly 40 points so you can aim for double top, 32 points to aim for double 16, or 24 points to aim for double 12. That's how you set up a strong finish. Let's shift gears to section 4, avoiding common checkout pitfalls, the bogey numbers. Okay, so these right here are the absolute monsters of the dartboard. We call them the bogey numbers. These are scores that are mathematically impossible to clear in a single 3-dart visit. I don't care how good you are. Even if you somehow throw 3 literally perfect darts, you simply cannot get from 169 down to exactly 0 and finish on a double. It can't be done. So, what is the solution? Well, you have to avoid falling into the bogey trap entirely. If you somehow find yourself staring down a 169, your only mission on that turn is to throw a setup shot. You want to leave a nice, clean, checkable combination for your next visit to the board. You have to realize you're no longer trying to win the leg on this specific turn. Instead, you're playing chess, strategically placing your pieces so you can strike on the next turn. Which brings us to Section 5, Essential Darts Practice Routines, Sharpening Your Skills. So how do we get better at all this? First up is an amazing drill called the 12-1 routine. You start with a score of 121, and you give yourself 9 darts, so 3 full visits to the board, to check it out. If you succeed, you step it up to 122. If you happen to be a total rock star and clear it in just 3 darts, you get to skip the next number as a reward. This routine is absolutely fantastic for building rapid pattern recognition, so your brain instinctively adjusts after a missed trouble without you having to freeze up and overthink it. Okay, let's dive into another one. This is a pressure management game that perfectly simulates the tight tension of a real live match. It's called Up 10, Down 1. Starting at 80 points, you get exactly 3 darts. Hit the checkout, and you leap forward 10 points to 90. But if you miss, you slide back 1 point to 79. It is so brilliant because it actually trains your brain to handle the sheer frustration of missing, forcing you to immediately let it go and refocus on the very next throw. And then, oh man, we have the legendary Bob's 27. For this one, you start at double 11 and just methodically work your way around the entire board all the way up to double 20. But here is the catch. If you miss a double, you have to subtract its score value from your running total. Bob's 27 is a classic, honestly kind of punishing drill, but it forces you to respect and actively practice every single double around the entire board. Finally, there's the doubles boomerang. Here, you pick a spread of specific targets, let's say double 1, 18, and 4. If you hit your target, boom, it's locked in. But if you miss it, you have to return to it. Former world champion Tony David actually used this exact boomerang routine to sharpen his completely incredible double hitting accuracy. It works wonders. Throughout all this practice, you've got to remember this golden, timeless rule of the sport. Triple is funny, but double makes money. Seriously, scoring crazy high with those flashy treble 20s is great for getting you to the finish line, but keeping your cool and hitting that final double is literally the only way you secure the win and walk away the champion. All right, now it's action time. I want you to grab your darts, print out a checkout chart. Seriously, tape it right next to your board. Pick one of the practice games we just covered and start turning all this checkout theory into pure, unstoppable muscle memory. And hey, just a quick disclaimer before we wrap up. While this explainer provides the exact blueprint and the mathematical foundation you need, true mastery of darts takes genuine patience and consistent time at the board. There are no real shortcuts here. You simply have to put the hours in and find what preferred routes and throwing mechanics work best for your own personal style. Which brings us to our final big thought for the day. Looking at all those numbers scattered across the board, which specific double are you going to commit to mastering first? Pick your target, step up to the Ashi with confidence, and let them fly. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, guys, and happy darting!